My friends. I've been remiss at doing these videos, so I'm glad to be back on track. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Today, I want to talk to you about something very specific. I work with people who make seven figures, people who sell $1 billion in real estate per year, and I also work with people who are struggling to get their businesses off the ground or turn themselves around from a bit of a downturn. In all cases, they're killing it. Eventually they get back on track and they're killing it. But what happens, and why I often get hired, is because the killing it actually ends up killing them. And that's really, really tough on people because they want to be more successful. They love their success, and yet they're kind of miserable at the same time. So today I'm going to talk to you about 3 different ways that you can actually kill it without having the killing it kill you at the same time. Okay, so once I'm done this live broadcast, what I'm going to do is in the comments, not the comments area, there, but up above, caption, there's the word, I will actually put the times at which I'm going to share the 3 different strategies you can use. So if you're watching this afterwards, you can skip to the part that you really want to listen to. The first one is actually really easy, and there's a rhyme. List the work you hate, get it off your plate. It's called the adore process. And I love this. I teach this all the time. I've helped people scale with this process. I've helped them to grow with this process. I help people reduce their frustration with this process. And it's very simple. You make a list of all the stuff that you find really annoying, and then you give it one of 5 letters, each of which starts a different word. So ADORE, the adore method. A for automate, D is for delegate, O is for outsource, R is for replace, and E is for eliminate, because maybe you don't need it at all. So make a list of what you hate, get that stuff off your plate. Because if it's not something, often it's work that has to get done, but y'all don't have to be the one doing it. You can give it to someone on your team. You can hire it out, right? I like to say that as a business manager, I don't want to know what my program is doing, so like my email or my Kajabi system where all my memberships are. But I don't necessarily need to know all the coding that goes into it. That is somebody else's thing. My brain just goes blech, right? Get it off my plate. I did it this morning. I have a brand new way that I'm trying to institute for giving people an opportunity to book a call with me. And it's a very simple process. I bought a system for $500 and I have been sitting on it waiting to implement it. And I've realized that because I keep pushing this thing back, that means I shouldn't be the one doing it. So that's kind of my rule of thumb of, hey, y'all are doing work you hate. I keep moving it, moving it, moving it, moving it. Give it to someone else, someone I can pay to do it, someone who loves doing that kind of a thing, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's the first one. Make a list of what you hate, get that shit off your plate. The second one is actually pretty easy, but it's harder than it looks. And that is to work only on the things that make you happy. So you may have heard me say before, 100% of happy people are successful, but only a fraction of successful people truly feel happy. And that is a problem. And so instead of chasing success and money and all that kind of stuff, which is a very fear based way of living, why don't you figure out, of all the things either I could do, of all of the outcomes that I could strive to achieve for the people I serve, what makes me happiest? 2 years ago, when I was at the height of running my agency, team of about 8, at that point, making 7 figures, I realized I hate this work. I hate it. I hate it. And I don't want to do it anymore, but what the heck am I going to do? So I started off with what outcome do I want for people? And then I just reverse engineered into what kind of work allows me to achieve that outcome for people. But you can also do the opposite, right? What work do you love? And then you sort of go forward to say, and what kind of outcome can I really achieve for people that makes me feel that what I'm doing really matters? If you go through the exercise of what makes you happy, then you can create your world, your work, your business, your relationships around the things that make you happy. And because they make you happy, you're going to show up. You wouldn't put into work that you hate. Please see version 1 of how to get the from killing it to being awesome in terms of how to do that. Okay, so the second thing in terms of helping you to go from, I think I'm being overwhelmed and I might need to exit the industry, close up my business, run away into the hills into a cabin and just stop talking to people, just take a breath, think about what really makes you happy. And if what you're doing isn't making you happy, do you need to change what you're doing, or do you need to connect a little bit more with the contribution and the outcomes of the help that you're actually providing? I help people with this all the time because it's really hard to figure out when you're in the middle of it. I also help a ton of people with the adore process as well. So you're always welcome at any point in time. There's on my page or somewhere on here, you can click a link and book a call with me. We can talk about it. It's a half-hour call, no pitch included. It's just coaching. Okay, so if any of this stuff resonates and you're like, man, I need to do that, but you want some help, maybe some guidance and direction on where to start, just book it. What have you got to lose? All right. Okay. So, adore method, make a list of what you hate, get it off your plate. Second method, figure out what makes you happy, get rid of all of the other stuff and hone in on that. And then the third one comes down to simple planning. A lot of people who are killing it, but they're being super overwhelmed, so it's killing them, just wing it. They're like, okay, it's all in my head, it's all in my head. And that's great until you get really busy and then your head explodes. Okay, so we don't want exploding heads. Instead, what I recommend to you is do it. I did it this morning. So I'm recording this on a Monday morning. Every Monday, I make a list, which is called my Friday finisher list. And in my Friday finisher list, I make a commitment to myself. So I make an agreement, me and myself, we write an agreement. And we write this agreement in my calendar by saying, okay, me, I want to, by Friday, get these specific things done on my to-do list. I don't say I'm going to get my entire to-do list done by Friday, because that's rarely possible and very overwhelming and extremely stressful, because every week you're not going to do it. So don't set yourself up for failure. Instead, make a list on Monday, say, okay, by Friday, what do I want to have completed? And then in your calendar, which is where commitment happens, you actually put in some time blocks, some little, I call them time blocks, and that sometimes really throws people off. So let's call it something else. Schedule it into your calendar where you can make a commitment that at least on these particular days and aiming for those particular times, you're going to devote your time and your schedule and your brain power to completing those particular tasks. The important part when you get into those schedule times, turn this thing off, turn your email off, put on noise canceling earphones, whatever you got to do, but just focus in, even if it's only for 20 minutes. And sometimes that's the max of your brain power. That works. A time block doesn't have a prescribed amount of time. It can be 5 minutes, like Elon Musk, or it can be 3 hours, like other people. I'm sure there's people out there who can concentrate on one thing for 3 hours. My brain starts to go squirrely at about 45 minutes. You're going to know what the appropriate amount of time for super focused work is going to be. And then you're going to turn off your brain and go off and do something else. But you need to have that super focused time so that you can then move into scatterbrain time, squirrel brain time, whatever you want to call it. Do something else, right? Go for a walk, do some stretching. All of those things can help you to be more productive. So my friends, if killing it is killing you, you now have 3 things. So to summarize again, if you're coming in at the end, there is the adore method, which has the rhyme that goes with make a list of what you hate, get that shit off your plate. Okay, just get rid of it. Automate, delegate, outsource, replace, or eliminate. The second one is find the work that makes you happy, knowing that that's what you're going to show up to do. And for all of the method. And then the third way of making sure that you don't get overwhelmed is to do the Friday finisher list. On Monday, take a look at your checklist of what you've got done, projects on the go, clients you need to fulfill, other obligations to move your business forward, and say by Friday, I want to make sure I've accomplished what, right? So I have bare minimums of what I have to do every week in order to grow my business. So that gets the slots. And then on top of that, I have other projects that I'm working on that also get times in there. I have time to fulfill my clients, but I also have time to take care of myself. I work out every morning. I hang out with my husband in the evenings. Every once in a while, I'll have a late evening meeting, but I often try not to do that. Everything that you want, guys, to make your life happy is absolutely possible. You just got to define it for yourself. Get rid of the stuff you hate. Get rid of the stuff that frustrates you, and focus only on what's going to make you the happiest, wealthiest, most fulfilled version of yourselves. Okay, so I'm going to go back in now that I'm finished recording this, and I'll let you guys know at what point I give you the different strategies. so that if you're watching this again after I have recorded it, you can go back and skip to the part you want to hear the most. Have a super fantastic, awesome day. I'm still trying the video.